Hello everyone, and welcome. You're in for a bombshell discovery today about quantum that I've been working on for over the last month. And I'm going to need your help getting the word out to YouTube because I wanted to file a claim against quantum, but it's not my video content. So unfortunately, I don't have the rights to do so independently. So instead, I wanted to bring awareness to YouTube and the original content creators in order to give quantum the 3 strikes that I'm going to prove he should get, with removal from the YouTube platform entirely for violation of the rules. So let's get started. To start off, quantum, first off, I challenge you to strike me if you have the balls or the ignorance to do so, because I will sue your ass into the ground if you fraudulently convince YouTube into falsely striking me. But let's get started with a little bit of education for quantum. First off, what is fair use? Fair use permits a party to use a copyrighted work without the copyright owner's permission for such purposes as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, or research, just to name a few of the examples. Copyright law establishes the 4 factors that must be considered in deciding whether it constitutes fair use. These factors are as follows. Number 1, the purpose and the character of the use, including whether such use is of a commercial nature or is for a non-profit educational purposes. Number 2, the nature of the copyrighted work. Number 3, the amount and substantiality of the proportion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. And finally, the 4th, which is the effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. Quantum, I'm officially putting you on notice, and I'm exposing you for your outright hypocrisy and the violation of fair use and copyright law. I'm asking YouTube to issue you the 3 strikes for these following examples. Here's my evidence. Number 1, about 4 years ago, you put out a video titled, "She is a Princess," episode 235. Luckily, I archived that and I put it into my community discussion tab on my YouTube channel, in which I took a screenshot of this video and I complained about you using this whole cloth without any commentary or any editing to be done to the video. This is a Disney video, and as such, you must have got word because you took it down. But guess what? We saved the pictures, and I have the before and after. This was your 4th most viewed popular video on your channel. And now, we noticed it's gone. Luckily, many people in the community have archived this video and have saved it. So, good luck trying to say that it was never on your site. We have you. Number 2, the second video that I found that he used whole cloth that was not his and is not covered under fair use and copyrighted material is Naratu. This was a year old. It's still up on his current channel right now, which I expect by the end of this video, shortly thereafter, once he watches it, he's going to wind up taking this down. So everybody take note of these videos. The third and final video that he outright took whole cloth was a recent Hisense video that was about 3 weeks ago. This was at the beginning of January for CES 2023 in Las Vegas, in which, as a TV reviewer, he actually didn't even go down to go review the TVs in Las Vegas. Instead, he played the armchair quarterback, sat back, and basically stole a bunch of other people's content and commented on them. So, kind of funny how he does not see his own hypocrisy, stealing other people's videos whole cloth, which is illegal. You must make it transformative before it can be deemed as fair use. I am also using 100% of your most popular video on your channel in order to school you on how fair use and copyright law actually work once and for all. So pay attention, quantum. Let's go over the reasons why I'm using your whole body of work in this video in depth. And this is fully covered under fair use. Number 1 is criticism. I disagree with your conclusion on the topic of your video, and I will provide my own opinion. This is covered by the first factor pertaining to the purpose, as well as the second factor, nature, which is for debate as you're expressing your opinion. The third factor explains why I'm using your video, as to add context to that which I'm debating and disagreeing with you in the first place. And using your own words as context, you see. Finally, the fourth factor, effect of use upon the market. This is also covered because I'm not copywriting your work for purposes to supplant it entirely, but to merely expand an alternative opinion. The second reason that I'm using your copyrighted work is for educational purposes, to guide you and others on explaining how fair use actually works in practice, not to mention your hypocrisy. This is also covered under the first factor, purpose, which is to educate you and others. Next, the second factor, nature, which is for educational purposes. And third factor, the amount that I'm using is 100% of your video, to show that it is covered fully, bumper to bumper, by fair use. And finally, the fourth, effective use, which isn't to copy and to paste your work and claim it as my own, but to use it for my previously stated purposes. Now, let's let this video play for context, and a bit later, I will give my conclusion on Quantum's false statements and opinions. All right, let's go ahead and skip ahead right now and see what Quantum has to say.
So let's look at the most returned TV. All right, so I can tell you right now that this is an insignia. We look down, there it is. I don't know if you can see it, but totally an insignia. Failed to focus, of course. We've got an X90J, right? We've got a Z9J. So, I mean, bro, look at the bezels on this thing. Like, just, bro, so thick, this TV. It's crazy. That thing must be an absolute monster to lift up. Brother, I would not want this TV. It's so big. I would not want that. And then somebody returned to C1, but mostly Sony's that I see getting returned today. So, yeah, you got a Vizio up here. I can't see the brand. It's like blocked by this little thing here. Oh, that's another Vizio. So you got a couple of Vizios and stuff. So, yeah. All in all, I think we can call it like Sony basically for the day, most returned TV.
Unlike Quantum, I don't like using anecdotal evidence from a single source as proof of anything, without first going over actual feedback from the customers as to why they decided to make a return in the first place. So instead, I've decided to do a comprehensive analysis covering everything from consumer complaints with the Better Business Bureau to customer satisfaction ratings and overall reliability numbers across multiple retailers, including Best Buy, Walmart, and Amazon, just to represent regular consumers as a whole. And here's what I came up with. Number 1 was LG, with a score of 9.5 overall. Number 2 was Sony, with a 9.0. Number 3 is Samsung, with an 8.7. Number 4 is Hisense, with an 8.2. Number 5 is TCL, with 8.0. And last but not least is Vizio, with a 7.0. However, in my personal opinion, I'd recommend any of the top tier flagship models from every manufacturer, as they're all extremely competitive. The biggest decision that you're going to have to make will ultimately come down to your budget. And for the money, right now, you cannot beat a Hisense or TCL. They're an incredible value TV. But if you want the absolute best, and money is no object for you, then I would stick with the top 3. They have the best processing, bar none, and you really can't go wrong. On January 24th of this year, Quantum went back on his word about never false copyright striking another YouTube member again with his attempted takedown of Justin Jams. Then on January 28th, I posted about releasing this video in my Discord, which had the potential to remove Quantum from the YouTube platform permanently with 3 strikes. prompting him to join my Discord on January 29th, where he proceeded to intimidate and harass our members, to include doxing myself, but most importantly my wife, who has never been involved in any of this drama whatsoever. Next, he joined in discussions on my YouTube channel under the community tab, where he harassed myself and others, including making false claims, saying that I was somehow encouraging others to release the public record of his marriage license. To what end? I'm not really sure. However, none of this was true. I went and I verified that it never happened after I double checked in with my Discord members. Meanwhile, he continued to threaten doxing me openly to everybody, claiming that I'm not anonymous to him. Well, that's funny, because I guess he forgets that he gave me far more information about himself and his wife than I ever gave him. Yet, unlike Quantum, I'd never in a million years considered threatening to dox his wife's name or their address, because that's just a bitch move. And that's really all you gotta know about Quantum and how he really acts. He sits back and he plays the victim, while he threatens others with strikes, to doxing, and even swatting. Well, Quantum, your lies and hypocrisy are exposed, and the people are not on your side, regardless of what delusional narcissist like you yourself actually believes. So, I hope everyone that has made it this far to the end of the video will like and subscribe if you're tired of bullies like Quantum, and feel free to join in on our discussions for the free Discord Anonymous AV Advice, where people like Rainbow Tweety and others are exposing Quantum with verifiable proof, like his stolen valor, one lie at a time. Anonymous out.